Okay, so now we are working with another process of this OSPF. In this we will be working with labs. Okay,
Okay.
so here let me show you. We have see different type of lab. You can see this OSPF basic configuration lab 1, then OSPF uh, basic configuration lab 2, then lab 3, lab 4, same OSPF but in four different
Yes.
process. Okay, so let's come
Okay.
here with lab 1. Where is lab 1? Okay, so let me open the lab 1. OSPF.
So if you do this one, we did the class every day till by the end of this week, can we finish the OSPF?
Yes. That's what I said.
Okay. Okay. So now there's no theory for the remaining.
Yeah, a small theory lab like that.
Okay.
OSPF lab 1. So here we can take two routers. Now see, but understand this lab. What is this lab is saying? OSPF basic
Okay.
configuration lab, OSPF configuration without
Route ID.
router ID. Okay,
Okay.
so we are going to take two routers and here we can take two switches. Okay, so we have taken here switches and then two computer. Okay, PC1, PC2, and then okay. So here we are taking serial link. Okay,
Yes.
here we can take one network which is our favorite network /30, and here
Okay.
192.168.10.0/24,
Okay.
and here is
20.
20 dot. Start all this lab and then after we'll take a console. Okay, interface is also okay. then take console. Router 1, router 2. So let's come to PC1, assign IP 192.168.10.1/24, and the gateway is 10.10. Save it.
Okay.
PC2, IP 192.168.10.2/24. Save. Router 1, here we have two interface, so I'll come here conf t interface e0 by 0 10.10 255 0 no shut, and then interface serial 2/0 IP address is 12.1.1.1 252 no shut. Save it. R2 interface is 0 by 0, IP address is 192.168.20.10 no shut, and then interface serial 2 by 0, IP address is 12.1.1.2 no shut. We can save it, and now let's run the IP on the system 192.168.20.1 slash 24 20.10. Save IP 20.2 slash 24 20.10. Save. Okay, now what we can do, we can come to R1 when we enable OSPF. So router OSPF 1 network wildcard mask
Okay.
area 0. Then again
Yeah.
we'll come again and
Zero
we'll say that
255.
192.168.10.0 is okay.
Yes.
Okay, enter. Here no auto summary is nothing because we are already summarizing with some wildcard mask, right?
Yes.
Okay, so router 1 is completed. Now we'll come to router 2. Router OSPF 2 network 192.168.20.000000255, and then area 0, and then here 12.1.1.0 area 0, and then exit and wait for the neighborship.
Oh,
Okay, neighborship came up, and if you are coming to this PC and want to communicate 192.168.20.2 computer, communication is there. And if you're coming on R1 to check your router IDs, so IP protocol, see here, what is your router ID?
yes. The
192.168.10.10.
50.
Why this one?
Yes.
Why 10.10?
Because
Why?
the highest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because
The
see,
highest.
yes, yes, very good. For router ID, you have manual condition, but you haven't assigned it, right? Now, after
Yes.
manual, they will look for loopback, but you do not have loopback. After that, you have physical. Physical, you have two serial 2 Ethernet 0, right?
Yes.
and in that this Ethernet 0 by 0 have the highest IP address 192.168.10.10.
Okay.
That's why it has selected this one, right? And here
Yes.
also it is 20.10. So on this system also you will have like that.
Yes.
Okay, so let's come and verify on router 2. So IP protocol, yes, it is like that. And if you're checking like this, so IP OSPF neighborship, so neighborship is like that, right? See, this is the
Yes.
neighbor ID.
Because it's point.
Okay, now we in OSPF we have some type of show command. So first let's check our that favorite one. So IP
Yes.
route. Okay,
Okay.
so see when we are getting here OSPF route, we get as a O means OSPF,
Oh.
and this is 110. Okay, 110 means
Yes.
OSPF
Automatic.
administrative distance, right? Okay,
Yes.
and cost, this is the metric, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
And
this metric
calculation.
is 74. 74 is how, see, serial link cost is 64. Okay, serial link cost is 64. Okay, and fast ethernet link is cost is
It's 10.
10, and fast ethernet is 1. Okay, see, cost is 10.
Okay.
So to reach this network cost is 74. That's why it is like that. And how to verify that cost? No problem, let's come here. So IP OSPF interface serial 2 by 0, what is the cost? Cost
Okay.
is 64. And okay, what,
64.
yeah, and what is the cost of E0 by 0? Cost is 10. That's why to reach that,
10.
yes. Okay,
Okay.
okay, now, and you know that another command, so IP route OSPF. See, if you'll write so IP route, you will get the route connected plus OSPF, right? But if you'll write only
Yes.
this,
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
you will get only OSPF route, right?
Only OSPF.
Yes,
Yes.
very good. And if you'll type this command, so IP OSPF interface, only this command. So here you will see that, okay, how many interfaces participating inside OSPF. So two interface, E0 by 0 and serial 2 by 0. See here, only this two interface, right?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and so IP OSPF neighbor already we have checked. Okay, and this is one more command, so IP OSPF database. So do you know the EIGRP topology? Remember?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So here also OSPF also build three table, routing table same
Yes.
like EIGRP, topology table same like EIGRP, and neighbor table same like EIGRP. But the neighbor
Okay.
topology table is known as database table. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Now if you will type like this, so IP OSPF interface brief. See, means
Okay.
I have two interface E0 by 0, serial 2 by 0, priority is 1, that is different. Okay, now area, I belong to area 0. Okay, now this is port ID. Okay, port ID. Okay,
Yes.
and now what is the IP address and the mask assigned on this interface? IP and mask, what is the cost? Okay, and this, see, this link is what?
Point to point.
Point to point. And what is the meaning of this 1/1?
No, I do not have.
Read up what is
Uh,
written. NBRS means neighbor,
okay.
means I have received one neighbor on this interface,
Okay.
and on Ethernet no neighbor, because that is
Okay. I
connected to
see.
switch.
Yes.
Okay, okay, now, but if I will run this command, so IP protocol, what information is there? Let's discuss. Remember this,
Maximum puff, yeah.
Yes, by default,
32.
see, by default is how much? Same
4.
like RIP, EIGRP, remember? Equal load balancing.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so here is default is 4, but we can increase up to
32.
32. And here you will get routing protocol OSPF process 1 is running. Then this is the router ID of that router. Okay, and see number of area in this router. How many area is there? Means this router is working only in a single area. Okay, and that is area
Yes.
0. Okay,
Okay.
maximum path load balancing is 4. How many network you are advertising? Yes, I am advertising 2 network.
Yes.
Okay, means routing means how you are advertising from your network. Okay,
Okay.
okay, and this is what, see 20.10. Okay, 10
Get it.
20.10 is what, the
The
router
address of.
ID of your neighbor.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so whenever you want to communicate to your neighbor, you have to send data to this default gateway. Okay, and this is your
Yes.
administrative distance, and from like last update you have received from your neighbor, means your neighbor is stable.
Okay.
Okay, and if you want to change your router ID, I told you you can change your router ID conf t router ospf1 router
Router ID.
id 1.1.1.1. See, you are receiving, please reload or use, reload means
Yes.
restart your device or clear IP ospf
Yes.
process. So I'll come here, then exit, and then I will write here clear IP ospf process.
SPF process.
Process, yes, and then it will be processed with the neighbor. And here also I will change conf t router ospf2 router id is 2.2.2.2, and then clear IP ospf process, yes. And now if you're coming here again to this router and check those information, so IP protocol, see now everything is changed. Your router ID is
Yes.
1.1.1. This is your neighbor, this will go out. Okay,
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
okay. And if I'm typing like this, so IP ospf neighbor, we have already, now see, they see who is your neighbor, 2.2.2. Okay,
Yes.
okay, and see priority is 0, means serial link priority is always 0. Okay, what is the
Okay.
state? You are full neighborship with that router, with that neighbor, but there is no any state on this, means no DR BDR election
Yes.
here. Okay, state is full. Okay,
Point.
dead is, dead means is working. See, dead will never cross 40 seconds. Okay, and this is the address, this is the link address 12.2, means
Okay.
when I want to reach that neighbor, so this is the physical interface IP address to reach that neighbor. Okay, neighbor
Okay.
IP, and this is the
Yeah.
my
Good to
own
hear.
interface which is connecting to neighbor.
Okay.
Okay, now this we have already checked, and I have, so IP ospf interface serial 2 by 0. Okay, see, serial is up, line protocol is up. This is the address which is assigned on this interface, this is the area on which it belongs to, right? This is the router ID.
Right.
Okay, and process ID1 is running. Okay, what is the network type?
Type point to point. Point to point.
Point to point. Cost is
64.
64. Okay, and see, R1 is adjacent with this neighbor, adjacent
Two.
neighbor.
That.
Okay, yes, means full database exchange.
Okay.
Okay. And we have already verified, so IP route
So here.
OSPF.
the type, the type. If you do have like this one, the other topology, it means that instead of point to point, you have the broadcast, or if you have some
Yes, yes.
switch,
If it is Ethernet, at
it's
that
not
time it will be broadcast. Let me show you.
okay.
So what we can do, let me delete this one. Okay, and we will connect Ethernet 1 to 1.
Okay.
Okay, and what we can do, we can come to R1 and we can say interface serial 2 by 0, no IP address. Okay, here also let's come to this router, conft interface serial 2 by 0, no IP address. Okay, now let's come to R1. I will say interface serial 2 by 0. IP,
Ethernet,
I, oh sorry,
Ethernet.
sorry. Wait, interface E0/1, right? Okay,
Yes.
IP address is 12.1.1.1.
Okay.
No shut. Okay, here also we can come exit interface E0/1, IP address 12.1.1.2.252, and routing is already configured, so we just have to wait for neighborship. Best verifies. So IP protocol, yes, routing is there, no problem. It will take, Ethernet takes some time, Ethernet link.
Yes.
Okay, see, neighborship is up, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, so neighborship came up, and in this situation, if you're checking like this, so IP OSPF neighbor. See, neighbor is different, full DR like that kind of concept will come.
Yes.
Okay, and here if you'll check now, see, so IP OSPF interface, right? See, now what is cost? Cost is 10, right? So if you want to reach
Yes.
destination, so what will be the cost? Tell me. From R1 you want to reach 20 network. So what will be the cost?
Should be 20.
20. Very good. See, it's 20. Do you need
Yeah.
calculation like EIGRP?
No, no.
No calculation. And now if you are checking here,
Yeah.
so IP OSPF neighbor. See, neighbor is okay, and then what
I even
comes?
saw right now the type is broadcast.
Yeah, interface
Yes.
E0/1. So IP OSPF. Okay, now see. Now the type is broadcast.
Broadcast. Huh?
Yes. Why? Because this link is a broadcast link, right? Okay. And how you will know whether you are connected with broadcast or something like this? If you type like this, interface brief. See, can you see? State is
Okay.
DRBDR. Okay, means this state means this is a broadcast link. Only on a broadcast link you can
Yes.
find that neighbor DR and BDR neighbor. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So here we verified all these labs. Okay, so IP OSPF
Oh,
neighbor brief. Okay, see, OSPF verification command, so we have verified and I have explained you all those things, right? What is this, what is this,
yes.
like that. Okay, okay, this is also done. This, see, so IP OSPF interface, in that I explained you point to point, cost, interface, router ID. Okay, hello time,
Yes.
dead. So all after this lab 2. In this OSPF configuration with router ID. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So in this lab we will be configuring OSPF with router ID. Okay. So now see,
Okay.
if I'm on this router, see why we have this two lab. See, if you are configuring OSPF without router ID, okay, like this lab, if you will configure OSPF without router ID in this lab, okay, so how many processes we can run? Tell me, how many OSPF process?
Without or with?
Yeah, without
Without we can run
on router one,
three.
two.
Yes or no?
One
Three,
is
three.
if we have two link, that's only two. Or why you are saying three?
Yes.
But if we have
Okay, okay, good.
if we are configuring OSPF lab with router ID, you can
Yes.
configure as many as like up to 65,000 also, no problem, because you are configuring, you are providing router ID, right?
Okay.
Okay, so this lab is only regarding that one. So, and we have already configured
Okay.
router ID, so no need to waste time in this, right? So only
Yes,
what
yes.
what is the different command? Only this is a different command, right? This one. Only we are
Okay.
including this as a router ID, right? And we have already assigned 1122, right?
Yes.
Okay. So command is already done. Now OSPF basic configuration lab, OSPF configuration interface advertisement without manual route.
Manual.
OSPF
This one I did it.
configuration interface advertisement. Okay. Okay. Same. Okay. In a different process. Now see. So let me come here on router one. I will say here conf t no router OSPF 1. Let's come here
Okay.
also conf conf t no router OSPF 1. So OSPF neighborship is down. Now we'll see how to configure OSPF. Very simple process. Now if you'll check here on this, okay, no. Process 2 was running here, right?
Yes.
Okay, and now if you'll come here and type here, so IP protocol, no protocol. Here also, so IP protocol, no protocols, right?
No
Now,
protocol. Yes.
yes, see how to configure. See, conf t interface serial 2 by 0. Okay, you have to write simple IP OSPF
Let
process.
us change the link between R1 and R2.
Okay, okay, sorry. We are in wrong interface. No problem. Interface E0 by 1. Okay,
Zero.
IP OSPF
Yes.
1, which is process ID area 0. Simple. Exit. It's the same command. It will work same like that.
Mm,
E0 by 0. Exit. Okay. Now let's come here. Conf t interface E0 by 0. IP OSPF 1. Okay. Area 0. Exit.
yes, zero.
And then E0 slash 1. Then exit. And you will wait for neighborship. This Ethernet takes some time.
Yes.
Okay, and see if we have configured like this, right? And if you check like this, so IP, see, now it's okay. You can check here. Okay, and if you're writing here, so
Yes.
IP protocol, see, now Your router ID is default, right? Are you understanding?
Yes.
And if you want to configure same like this,
I
and
see.
you want to assign manual router ID, then you have to come here like that, and you have to say, right, router ospf1, and then you have to say router, okay, id 1.1.1.1
Indeed.
exit, okay.
Yes.
And here we have configured what router process 1. So here also you have to, if you want to verify, so IP protocol, see here also is default router ID, okay, but you want to assign manual router ID, you have to come
Mm,
here, router ID 2.2.2.2,
okay.
and then clear IP OSPF
Okay.
process, enter yes.
Mm,
And here
yes.
also you have to do the same thing, okay. Now see, if you see think that
Okay.
neighbor has run the clear process, so clear is for local, for him only, okay. So you have to come here and you have to say
Okay.
clear IP OSPF process, yes. So
Process.
this guy also updated and this guy also updated. And now if you check, so IP protocol, see router ID is different,
Yes.
okay. So we have seen all these four labs, okay. And here see OSPF interface
Yes.
advertisement with manual router ID. So after interface we have to manually advertise,
Yes.
okay. So
Okay.
commands is already okay. Now OSPF neighbor condition, okay. So this is also lab, so I'll explain you these all thing in a separate lab, okay. That okay, what condition must be same
Okay.
so they will become neighbor, okay. So let me stop this video and
Okay.
make another one, okay.
Okay.